Did that work? Did that work? I think it worked. Hello, hello, hi. I think I am live on the internet with a bit of lag. Dang, who we got here? Hello, Terrence and Michael Mitchell. The guy's so nice they gave him two similar names. Nice to see you. Thank you for being here. Chris from Comic Tropes. Thank you for your help with the Cyber Viper. It was greatly appreciated. Thank you for being a good sport. Hello, Rob Vegas. Nice to see you there. Hello, Cyclonus and McGlurglurglurg and Agent Chuckles. Hi, everyone. Hello. How are you? Nice to see you. Hello, DC Forel. Hello, Marianne. Yeah, Marianne sees my face. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. She had to see my face earlier today, and now she sees the face again. I'm sorry. I look like the Wolf Man. I look like Teen Wolf's dad. Hello to who we got here. Hello, Poop Deck Paul. Hello, Matt and WWJD85 and Jumpin' General, Killer Weezer, 2-Bit, and anybody else I didn't say hello to. Hey, JLS Comics here. Nice to see you. Stop giving the internet the stink eye. But I've been thinking about something. Hello, Lester and Sparkster and Raymond and Bubble Wrap Memories and other Matt and Computron and Jeffrey and Marianne and Michael. All right. And thank you again, Chris. It really was. It was fun. I really was happy to have you in it. It was a challenge. That one seemed to have lots of things that went wrong. Hello, Dragon Balls. Thanks for joining Dragon Balls. And Rick Foley and Can Now and Explorizo. How do you do? The Great Snake rules forever. That's right. Don't forget it. Hey, Ryan Sweeney from Michigan in the USA. Hello, Michigan from the United States. Nice to see you. Thank you very much for being here. I do have news. And my news is at the ass end of this plastic fighter jet toy right here. We'll get to that though. You know what I didn't do? I didn't do any show notes. I didn't do any prep work. I was busy trying to get things over here at the last minute, so I'm totally unprepared. I'm going into this cold, but I've been thinking about something that I may help some of you, maybe not, but there's been something on my mind. Hello, Chrissy. Chrissy says yellow. That's her favorite color, probably. Now consider this. Hello, the Blue Libra. Hello, Chris. I do want to say hello to everybody. I want to say hi, but this has been weighing on my mind. Okay, so before we get to the usual weekly announcements, I've been thinking about this. Follow me, okay? I'm sure many of us have been in an employment situation. Oh, thank you, the Killer Weezer, for the super chat. Any word from Kevin? Not a word from Kevin. Haven't heard from Kevin in well over a year. I guess closer to 2 years now. So I don't know. Hey, it's Nessa. Hello, Baronessa. Nice to see you. Yes, thinking is dangerous. Hello, the Photo Viper. Hello, the Figure 6-Pack. Okay, but follow me here. Hello, Sergeant Slaughterhouse. Hello. Hey, we got Rob here. We got Zazel here. We got the Australian contingent in the house. Hello, Australia from the United States. I've been thinking. Follow me here. Okay. So I'm sure we've all been in an employment situation where we've been very frustrated at the boss, and we want to quit, right? We're just angry because this guy is just so dumb, and we want to walk up to him and say, "I have had enough. I quit." All right. I know we've all felt this, probably, but consider this: next time, before you do that, go up to your boss and say, "I have had enough, you quit." See, this is the genius of it, all right? Because you're not the problem. He's the problem. Why should you have to leave? He should leave. So instead of going up there and saying, "I quit," you say, "You quit." Now, I really think this is going to be, I think this is going to work because I've done the math. This is scientific. Because the way I figure it, only one of three things can happen. One, you could get fired, but you were going to quit anyway. You're not any worse off. Two, by some kind of reverse psychology, your boss may actually think that he has quit. I mean, he's not too bright. We've established that already. He's not too bright. So you might actually get him to walk out and then problem solved, right? Or three, nothing happens and you're still no worse off than you were. It can't fail. It can't fail. You're welcome. I feel like this could be the thing that helps a lot of people in their job situations. Go up to your boss when you've had enough and you say, I've had enough, you quit. And then, hopefully, knock on wood, it'll play out in your favor. Okay, so, yes, Marianne has done that. Hello, Andre and David Andrews, nice to see you. Hello, Stonegate Creations, Killer Weezer. Okay, oh, hey, hello, Ratface44 Reviews, nice to see you, thank you for being here. I have something. Hello, Spaced Cobra. Well, I mean, if he asks you to explain yourself, it doesn't actually change your employment situation. That alone does not explain your employment situation. Chris's classified Serpentor arrived today. That is the other thing that I have to show off on this show. Okay, I have Serpy. Great balls of fire. That's right, Raymond. We got... Goodness gracious. Okay, so the engines for this arrived yesterday. Okay. And I just dropped a missile. I just knocked it right off. Okay. So this is the Haslab Sky Striker on the stand, and I do rather dig the stand. So I decided to go ahead and put this thing together because I want to get in front of a camera. I want to do a proper review of it and a compare and contrast with the vintage Sky Striker, which I just got out of mothball. This thing has had to live in a box for a while. I have the USS Flag. I have the aircraft carrier, but it was taking up a lot of space, and I don't have that much space here, so I had to disassemble it, and since then the Sky Striker has had to live in a box, but I have retrieved it so we can do a quick compare and contrast with the new one, and I do want to point a few things out. I assembled this last night. Hey, it's Hans. Hello, Hans. Nice to see you, Hans. Hello, K-Dog and Vitris and JoeFan84 and everyone else that came in case I missed you. It's very nice to have you on a nice Tuesday. Yes, we're gonna take a look at the Sky. It's no longer a glider, as JLS says. It's not gliding anymore. It has it has the engines. It has the things that are required to make it go. Somebody said Augusta, Georgia. That's where Joe Fest is. I'm working on it. Okay. But before we get into that, okay, I gave my very valuable employment advice. Now I want to remind everybody of two things. First, today is Tuesday. You probably knew that already, but not only is today Tuesday, it is a new episode of Half the Battle, so Timmer has a new video up. It is a review of Mortal Kombat Raiden. Yes, Hasbro made Mortal Kombat figures. Yes, they did just reuse a bunch of G.I. Joe parts to do it, just like they did with Street Fighter 2. But Raiden from Mortal Kombat, Timmer has reviewed that. That is his new video. Chris Comic Trope says, did Hasbro apologize in any way? Here's what they did. I mean, they when they sent updates through email updates through their customer care thing, each email said, we're sorry, we're going to try to make it better. So in that sense, they did apologize. Oh, hello, White Vegeta. Nice to see you. Hello, Joshua. Yes, I'm glad I got my engines as well. So in that sense, they did apologize. But the engines themselves came in an envelope that I opened up, and there's nothing else in it. No notes. No printout or anything. Just a plastic bag with the 2 engines. That's it. That is all. But that's okay. That's what I was needing. They got the thing to me that I needed, and it is assembled. The other thing I want to remind everybody of is it is Tuesday. You knew that already. In fact, I mentioned that a minute ago. But it is Tuesday, and right after this show at 8:00 Central Time, you'll What's on Joe Mind has their live show, and they're doing something with the guys who do the After Action Report, which I have. Here's Volume 1. They're doing a Command Files special, so check out What's on Joe Mind to find out about that. I have a link in the description of this video. Those are the things that I needed to remind you of. What else? Apologize to Gung Ho. Oh yeah, I did run. I forgot about Gung Ho. I forgot about Gung Ho. Well, if we have time, I don't want to go over time, but if we have time, we'll look at Gung Ho. Okay. What the heck was I talking about? Okay, yeah. Anyway, so I got this, and I'm gonna get to this here in momentarily. Before I get to that, though, before we get to that, I wanted to thank Chris again and Timmer for help with the Cyber Viper review. That thing was a pain in the nuggets, not because of the guys. I mean, Chris and Timmer, they're always great. I love working with them. They're very good friends, and really great sports about everything. But first of all, I didn't have the figure complete. I had to find one. I could not find one locally. I had to order one. And then when I got it in, I realized that 2 of the accessories were not gray, but silver, which is incorrect. So 2 of the accessories, it looked complete at a glance, but the accessories were 2 of the accessories were incorrect. They were wrong. So now I've got to try to find the correct accessories for the Cyber Viper, and the Cyber Viper was not produced in large numbers. The Cyber Viper was not. They didn't make a ton of them, so it's a semi-rare figure-ish. So it's not so easy to just go find an accessory here and there. But I did find them. But in order to get one of the accessories, I had to get another incomplete Cyber Viper. So now it seems I'm army building Cyber Vipers. That's not something I ever intended to do. But anyway, I did find it. I have both accessories. I had to get another incomplete Cyber Viper. At great expense, by the way. Please support the channel on Patreon. You know, your advertising dollar goes farther. But I did get it. The figure was atrocious. Yes, I agree. Vertical bar over the mount. What does that mean? What's the point of that? I don't understand. But here's the thing. I did find them. I had them shipped to me, but they were late getting out. Oh, thank you, JoeFan84. My son, Mr. S. Hello, Mr. S. says hi. He's watching from his mother's house. He can't comment because of parental settings, but he wants to make sure you know he's here. Well, thank you for showing up as usual, Mr. S. I will try to watch my language with the kids present, and I don't want you to get in trouble with your mom, okay? So we'll Mr. S, we're gonna be on good behavior. Thank you from Comic Tropes for the super chat. Was Cyber Viper expensive? Ultimately, yes. It turned out to be rather expensive, getting not one but two. But I wanted to get the silly thing done, and I thought, well, if I just break down and do it, then it'll get in and it'll get done. Oh, thank you, Matt Rubin. Cyber Vipers get picked because they talk too much. That's a good point. They're chatting everybody's ear off, and so they get the hush helmet. Put the hush helmet on. Thank you, Articulated Chad, for Cyber Viper accessory support. We'll be good to see you in June again. Yes, absolutely. Thank you very much for the super chat. So I did find the accessories, but they were late shipping, and they took forever to get there. So whereas if they had come in on time, I would have had that review ready the week before. But it ended up being yet another week late because I couldn't get the thing ready to review, and it seemed like nothing I would do would make the thing. There are some reviews that are like that. Oh, hello, codename New2Vero2. It's nice to see you. Thank you very much for being here. And this guy says hello too, and then he goes away. Raymond Sheffield, Hootie, which two figs are you gonna pilot your Skystriker? That's a good question. So I got the box here. I'm gonna look at the figures too. So we will look at the figures. We will answer that question before the end of this show. That's a good question. I will address that before we're done here. I do have the figures with me right there. So, Articulated Chad mentions June. He's referring to Joe Fest in Augusta, Georgia. I will be there. So I hope to see a lot of you there as well. That should be fun. Hopefully, knock on wood, ought to be fun. Hopefully not fun. Yes, the hush helmet. Shush. So yeah, see that's my theory. I think that's a good theory. I think it just makes sense, right? They replace their brains with cybernetics, with abnormal brains, and then they just to be sure, they make sure they have to shut up. A constant reminder, hey, shush. The shush helmet. A real collector hero. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. A lot of people do collect me, but there's only one of me, so I just have to go travel around and be in each person's collection for a limited period of time. I do retain my value more if you keep me in the plastic packaging. I'm getting a little. Okay. Once again, we're on a tangent here. What was I saying? Okay, Skystriker, Joe Fest, What's on Your Mind, Timmer, Cyber Viper. Anyway, yeah, so there are some reviews that are just like this. It seems like they just don't want to work. So you work on this review, and just everything goes wrong. I've had microphone problems, camera problems, lighting problems, computer problems, editing software problems. There are some reviews that just don't want to go. Oh, thank you, Batty. Thank you, Batty, for the super chat. Hey, CC, do you have anything special planned for April Fools, like doing a review of some non-Joe item? I do, in fact, have something in mind for April Fools. I do. And the reason I do is because I actually worked out my schedule today. Marianne, what were we saying? Milady. Marianne was over here earlier today, and she can attest that I spent a large portion of the day figuring out my schedule. So I have figured out the schedule through April. I think there are a couple of gaps in May, but through June, with a gap so I can go to Joe Fest, through most of July, which is Cobra Convergence, working on that too. working on that too. So yes, the Bad Ape, to answer your question, I do have something in mind. It's possible I may change my mind. It's possible, but I have an idea. At least I have an idea. So we'll see how April Fool's goes. But thankfully now that it's March 7th, I finally have done, part of the year's schedule, which I usually do, at the first of the year. We're only 3 months in now, and finally I've done my schedule. Yes, see, I have testimony, I have proof. I did, in fact, do the schedule today. So I know what's coming up. That's going to help a lot. That's going to help a lot. I've had some issues lately with fatigue and just not having the energy. I know you can tell that my energy is low right now, right? You can tell my energy is low. But for real though, I've had some issues with low energy lately. So having a plan helps. I have a roadmap. Schedule is packed. Do you leave some time for the throne room? I did leave some time. I specifically scheduled time in the throne room. Thank you for thinking of me, Vitras. I appreciate the thought. It's a nice thought. I appreciate it. Marianne says you can blame the lateness on it. No, the lateness is not. Lateness is not Marianne's fault. Marianne's is nothing but a help. Let me tell you what she did, okay? Let me tell you what she did. Not only did I do the schedule today, for the next video, I started doing a few of the preliminary stuff. Hello, Mikey. Thanks for being here. I started doing some of the preliminary stuff, like I drew the thumbnail image. Now, last time, when I was drawing the Cyber Viper thumbnail image, which the Cyber Viper thumbnail image is intentionally kind of silly looking. That's the whole idea. But I was commenting as I was trying to draw this thing that I was ruining all my stylus pens, and I was running out of stylus pens because I really abuse those things. For those of you who don't know, I draw the thumbnail image on my phone. That's how I do it. So I draw it on my phone with a stylus, but I'm really brutal on them. I'm really brutal on them, and I tear the nibs. I press down a lot. It feels natural if it's a pen and paper, but it's just a habit. I press down and I ruin all of them. Well, this is what this woman did for me. She got me 200 stylus pens. 200. 2 big bags full of stylus pens, which is fantastic. That's fantastic. So I'm good for stylus pens. I will be able to draw. Hans says if you need some backup for thumbnail art, you can tag team your boy me in. Thank you, Hans. And Hans has helped in the past. I appreciate that very much. I want to be careful how much I take from other people. Professional artists deserve to be paid for their work, so I'm always reluctant to take too much, but the help is very much appreciated. It really is. Oh, hello, Cobra Island. Nice to see you. Thank you very much for being here, Cobra Island. So thank you, Marianne. That was very thoughtful. Now that it's 7:20, let's talk Skystriker, because I got this thing in, I don't know, sometime last month. This is the Haslab Sky Striker. It's the new one. I put it on the stand. To put it on the stand, you have to remove the fuel tank from underneath, because that's where it goes. But I do like the stand. The stand, you can tilt it in all kinds of different ways. Let me see if I can get this on camera. But you can tilt it, and it balances pretty well. So you can do all kinds of angles. I do like that. So, but I will admit that when the Sky Striker came in missing the engines, I was a little disheartened, and I wasn't sure that I was gonna like this thing, because I was a little disheartened, you might say. I was a little disappointed. But once I got the engines in, and there they are. once I got the engines in, I decided to go ahead and assemble it and put the stickers on and everything. And it was a little irritating, as these projects often are. Getting the wings attached was a little bit of a pain. So I was still thinking, man, I'm just not going to like this thing. It's really annoying me more than I'm enjoying it. But I noticed, though, as I continued to assemble it, and as I put the stickers on, I was starting to enjoy it more. As it started to look more like a Sky Striker, I was starting to enjoy it more. Until by the end, when I had it all together and I had it, on the mount, I have to admit, I did enjoy it. I do in fact like the thing. Do I like it as much as I would have if I still had the novelty of assembling it as soon as it came in? Probably not. I probably would have enjoyed it more then. But I don't hate it. I don't hate it. It's still okay. But I did, as mentioned, I got my vintage Sky Striker and then immediately knocked the tail fins off. Let me put those back on. I got my vintage Sky Striker. Hang on. Now I gotta reassemble the vintage Sky Striker. Now, one thing I did notice, the engines that on the Haslab Sky Striker have details on the sides. You can only see them if you take the engines out, but the engines fit in very tightly, and I'm afraid to take them out. So I'm just going to not do that. One thing. Let's start with something here real quick. Let's start with one thing real quick. What happened to my... Raymond's getting a replacement. Something happened. Well, bless you, Raymond. I'm sorry. Hans says, paid in my divine sense of humor. That's somewhat nebulous, but hey, I can do. So one real quick thing. One major difference between the vintage Sky Striker and the new one. The vintage Sky Striker, as you probably know, it has this lever to pull the wings in. The wings, though, are linked to the landing gear. So when you have the wings out, the landing gear is out. When you pull the wings in, the landing gear go up. This was always a bit of a problem for a lot of kids at the time and collectors, because you don't necessarily want the landing gear linked with the wings. Sometimes you want the wings out and the landing gear up. Sometimes, especially if you're parking it on the flag, you want the wings in, but you like the landing gear out. One thing that this guy does, and I'm going to see if I can take it off of the mount for a moment, maybe. That may be a little optimistic. Oh, here we go. All right, so taking it off the mount. One thing that has changed about this is that it still has the lever on the back, and the lever still... Oops. This missile just does not want to... I keep knocking it off. It's not the missile's fault, but I keep bumping it. Okay, it still has the lever to pop the wings out, right? Wings out, wings in. But the wing mechanism is not tied to the landing gear. That's good. That's an improvement. Then how you might ask, do you get the landing gear out? Well, this one has something the vintage one did not have. It has a tail hook. It has a tail hook. You pull the tail hook down, so you can land this sucker on the USS flag on the arrestor cable. You do not have to attach the USS flag's aftermarket, attachment tail hook, which I was actually going to pull it out, but I'm not sure exactly where it is. I wanted to see if the tail hook would fit in here if you wanted to. But anyway, the point is, you got this tail hook here, and the tail hook is on a lever, and you push that thing back, and the landing gear come out. Push it forward, if I can do this. Push it, there we go. Push it forward, and the landing gear go up. So now, the wings are not linked to the landing gear. That's good. That's good. I like that very much. I like that very much. I will get this thing in front of an HD camera and do a proper review. There's a lot. There's so much to it. I will say that if I had to choose between this and a vintage Skystriker, of course I would still choose the vintage Skystriker. I mean, this thing has seen some battles, right? This thing has survived. You know, this thing has survived for 40 years. 40 years this thing has survived. And it's still together. It's still intact. That, I still, you know, I still have the nostalgia for this, okay? So if I had to choose, yeah, I'd still take the vintage one. But as an update, you know, just tweaking it a little bit, I do like the tweaks. You know, it's got the targeting system up here in front. You know, it's got stuff. It has the blast effects, and I haven't really tried the blast effects yet. It has, let me open the canopy. It has a 2-piece canopy. So let me show you. It has a 2-piece canopy, so the canopy opens up like that to reveal the 2 seats. On the vintage one, it's a 1-piece canopy, which is fine. I really don't have any problem with that. That's okay. So I don't know if you consider a 2-piece canopy an improvement or not, but it's a 2-piece canopy. It has the 2 ejector seats, similar to the vintage one. Very similar, in fact, but slightly different. These, let me pull out the vintage seat, which has Ace in it. I've got Ace in here. So there's the vintage seat, and the back is just open, and there's a rubber band, right, that holds the parachute in. That's the vintage seat. This is very similar, but there is a back piece. There's a back piece that holds the parachute in. It does have the parachute. I want to be careful about popping this off. In fact, I may not pop it off right now. I may wait till, well, let me see. Let me try. Okay, there we go. That's what I was trying to do. So this comes off, you pop this off, and then it has the parachute. It's not attached, but it has the thing. You can attach it just like that. And this one is a plastic parachute. This one is like a nylon fabric parachute. Let me just unravel this thing here and unfurl the parachute. The parachute does still have that Skystriker Eagle by Ron Rudat did this drawing of the Skystriker Eagle. So it's a better fabric. It's a more robust fabric. So that's nice. The cockpit has a little bit more detail than the vintage, but there's not a lot of room in there, you know, to do a lot of detail. There's a little bit more, but not a lot. It's small. So the like the 30th anniversary and 40th anniversary and all the anniversary Skystrikers, a lot of those were 1-seat jets. They changed it from a 2-seater to a 1-seater. And that provided a bit more room for details inside the cockpit. This Skystriker is more along the lines of the vintage one in that it is a 2-seater like the F-14 Tomcat. But because it's a 2-seater, there isn't as much room for detail inside the cockpit. There is an instrument panel and a tiny little joystick there. But I'll have to get that in front of a better camera for you to see that. That's, you can't really see it, but there is a little bit of detail in there. And what else do I want to point out about this thing? Let's look at the figures. Okay, no, I want to point out one other thing. And I apologize, I'm missing a lot of the super chat. Hello, Joe Fan. Hey, Treasures for Trigger. Nice to see you. Hello, Palpatine. Hello to anybody else who happened to come in. I'm sorry. I try to say hello to everybody, but when I'm focused on this, then I don't see the live chat. Sorry about that. My apologies. But there is something I did want to point out. The wings. Okay, the wings are two pieces, okay? So the wings come unassembled, okay? And you have to put the wings on. You have to attach them right here, okay? And they snap on, sort of. But because the whole wing mechanism moves, it can be very difficult to snap these wings on. So what I did, and I think what others have done, is I unscrewed the this part right here, the actual snap part off of the wing to attach that first. But you have to partially attach it, because there are tabs on the wing pieces itself that have to slip under there. So you have to partially attach it, slip the wing on, then attach it the rest of the way, and then screw it back on. It's a little bit tricky, but I was really trying to not break this thing, having just finally got it complete. So keep that in mind if you have it. Take care with assembling the wings. They are two pieces. The vintage Sky Striker, the wings are single pieces. Oh, don't. Sorry. Lost a missile. I keep knocking the missiles off. Come on now. Oh, I got a missile in the intake there. That's probably dangerous. Okay, but anyway, the wings are a solid piece, and they come pre-assembled at the factory, right? Because I mean, they got to put the mechanism all together. But these are solid single piece wings, whereas the Haslab one are two pieces. I assume they did this because they probably were working with the mold from the modern Sky Strikers, and those did have unassembled wings. And I mean, it's updated. This is not just the like 30th anniversary Sky Striker. It is updated in significant ways, in structural ways. But I keep knocking missiles off. But my point is, thank you, What's on Joe Mind. Where the hell are the singing cats? Well, he was just here. Where did he go? He's probably destroying something. That's where the hell he is. In hell is where he is. Singing. He's singing in hell. But the modern era Sky Strikers, they fit in a smaller box. So they had the wings disassembled. You had to snap them on. That was a little bit difficult even on those. This, however, came in a large box. That one, and you saw me open it, right? It would have fit with the wings attached inside that box with plenty of room to spare, but nonetheless, the wings they do not come assembled in the box. You have to attach them. Thank you, White Vegeta, for the super chat. Not pictured, but there are tabs on either side of the cockpit. One for fueling, one or for the ladder for very easy. Ladder very easy to miss. I'm sorry. For some reason, I'm having a hard time reading. But yes, there are tabs. Refueling and ladder. It did come with. Thank you. Good segue. Good segue. Good segue because I have. This also came with these little secondary vehicles that you could pair with the USS Flag, and it has the fueling truck. And this thing it's like this little trolley. I don't know, like, it doesn't have a driver's seat. But it has an engine cover that you can take off, and then you can attach Like you can attach this missile carrying thing. I put a couple of the extra fuel tanks on there, but you can attach this piece and like load missiles and junk like that. So it does come with these, and these will work with the USS Flag. And there is the refueling nozzle similar to, you know, the one that came on the Flag. These, however, are gray, and a rather dull gray. I mean, it's okay. It's okay. The utility vehicles on the USS Flag were different colors, maybe a bit more interesting. These, I know these are just a bonus, you know, it's just a bonus feature, but a rather dull gray, I must say. And it's nice. They're fine. It's nice to have them, but could be visually more interesting. And it's not just that they're gray. They're entirely gray with the only other color on them is the stickers, right? That's the only way that they have any other color on it. It's okay to be gray. Well, that's what I'm learning. Thank you, McL. Appreciated. Hello, Italia. Hello, IC. Nice to see you, IC. Thanks for being here. But anyway, so it did come with that. Good segue. Thank you, White Vegeta. And this has a hook, and there is a ladder. There's a ladder that you can hook onto there. I'll try to get to all of this, you know, when I can do a full review on it. This is going to be a challenge. I'm not going to lie. This is going to be a challenge. Yeah, I will point out again that the vintage Skystriker had most of the features that the new Skystriker has, but it had it 40 years ago, you know, and at a much lower price point because it was a child's toy. Now, I know that they can't do it at that price point now because this is a specialty item and they're not producing them in the kind of numbers that they did back then. But if you want a Skystriker, and you're not into like the newer features that are on this thing, go get yourself a vintage Skystriker. It's a lot of fun to play with. Yes, it has some issues with the wings being linked to the landing gear, but it's still a lot of fun to play with. Has any G.I. Joe base ever had a bathroom? I think they just like went out back and dug a hole in the ground. The bivouac set. Okay, I have an answer for this. You know, the bivouac set. The bivouac set came with a number of tools, including a shovel. And the shovel is what they would use, you know, when they had to go. You know, they just go out down the trail a little bit, dig a hole, do your business, cover the hole. So in that sense, yes. The bivouac, it wasn't a bathroom per se, but it's the substitute. That's what they used. You know, they're in the field, you know, and they got to do their business. So that's what the shovel is for. But thanks. Good question. Thank you, Chris. Good question. The other thing that was asked is who will pilot the new Skystriker. Well, I do in fact have the figures that came with it. I got them still on the card. And there are options, okay? There are options, right? Did I say hello to Sean Beckett? If not, hello. Nice to see you. Thanks, Sean. Yeah, see the shovel. See? That's I mean, they gotta have some way. Let's see. IC says I saved that handful of parts my whole Joe time line. See, that's smart. Because the other bases, I mean, they didn't have any. They still have to use the shovel, right? In the 83 headquarters command center, is there a toilet there? No, shovel. You know, this is how it works. This is how it works. In the USS Flag, is there a latrine? No. I don't know how. I think you just lean over the side. You're in the ocean, right? You just lean over the side and, just look. How did we get on this? This is Chris's fault. Chris, love you, great guy. You're a great guy, but you got us talking about potty stuff. I'll forgive it this time. Anyway, Belle Taylor says, "Love seeing your cat." Well, where is he? He was just over here a little while ago causing trouble. But he's wandered off. He'll be back. He'll be back. Yeah, the poop deck. Yeah, exactly. See, that's what they have the poop deck for. So we've got failsafe. We've got these are the Cobras are not likely to pilot the Sky Striker. Although it does come with a sticker sheet, a Cobra sticker sheet. So if you want to make the Sky Striker an evil Sky Striker, you can turn it into Cobra. You can do that. That's doable. And lest we forget, the O-ring Cobra Commander right there with the Mickey Mouse logo there. Here's your options. Okay, you have Scarlet in a flight suit. That's a good option because she's in a flight suit. You have Night Force Ripcord. Now he's a parachutist, but he could jump. He could jump from the plane, and probably often did. You have Ace, and I think Ace has to be my pilot. Ace has to be my pilot. That's it's a classic. What are you doing, cat? He's doing something. I don't know what he's doing. But to answer the question, so I want Ace to be the pilot, and I'd really like to try out our new Rio, the new character just introduced, the Radar Intercept Officer, codename Failsafe. I gotta give Failsafe a shot. I'm gonna give him a chance. What I think is funny is that his codename Failsafe is also the name of a movie with Henry Fonda. It's a movie about accidental nuclear war. Oopsie, oops, little accidental nuclear war. Comic Tropes is going to have Toll Booth as the pilot of the Sky Striker. Interesting choice. Not sure he's qualified. Don't know if he's checked out on it, but why not? Toll Booth may not be a pilot, but he has a helmet. See, Joshua's seen the movies. Joshua has seen the movie. See, that's the rather grim storyline that goes along with this. This G.I. Joe takes a dark turn. But no, Failsafe is a good movie. I did like it. It was very interesting, well acted, and so forth. But it's like a drama version of Dr. Strangelove. So Dr. Strangelove was the comedic side angle of that story, and Failsafe was the serious, Cold War story. And interesting movie. Very interesting movie. If I recall correctly, I think what's that dude's name? Grumpy Old Man, Dennis the Menace, Walter Matthau. I think Walter Matthau was in it. A much younger Walter Matthau. Spearhead and Max as the co-pilot. See, Comic Tropes is on fire. Comic Tropes is thinking outside the box. Palpatine wants to know where I intend to display the F-14. That's another good question. I have a couple options. What I think I will do over here on my display stand area. I've got some junk that's just taking up space there. I need to put it in a proper spot. And if I move that stuff, that is actually the perfect space, the perfect amount of space for this Sky Striker. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I think that's what I will do. But first things first, I really need to review it, and that is going to be a challenge. It's just I don't have the amount of energy that I used to have. I'm trying to work as fast as I can, and that's going to take a lot of time because there's so much to it. There are blast effects, there are alternate sticker sheets, there are a bunch of figures. I want to make some comments about the instructions. I got to say a few things about the instructions, guys at Hasbro. Have a few things to say. The packaging, I've got so much to... Oh, thank you, the Killer Weezer. Slim Pickens rode the bomb waving his cowboy hat. See, that Wild Bill. See, that's why you need Wild Bill. You need Wild Bill so he can, like... Where's that? So, like, you can sit Wild Bill on here and drop the bomb, and he can be like, wee-hoo! Wee! See, yeah, you know what? Yeah, you know what's up. You know what's up. So yeah, so you gotta fit Wild Bill, and Wild Bill is a pilot. He's a pilot. He could do it. He can fly airplanes. He has flown airplanes. I think that's the perfect option. But you got to use like the later, like the '90s Wild Bill that had the removable hat, because he's got to be able to remove the hat so he can ride the missile and hoot and holler. Good thinking. So now I was going to at least open this. It seems that we may be short on time to actually completely look at this thing, but I got this in too. I ordered this a very long time ago. A ton of people already have the classified Serpentor. They already have it. A ton of reviews already out there on it, and I only just now got mine. So I have not opened this at all. So I'm gonna break the ice here and just take a peek at it. There we go. Okay. So I want to at least take it. Oh, thank you, Josiah. Saturday is the 10th anniversary of Retaliation. All 10 of us that like it can celebrate. Damn ninjas. That's really funny. I thought Retaliation was all right. I thought it was actually a little bit better than Rise of Cobra. Hey, my screen says celebrate the first super chat from Josiah 2814. Congratulations, Josiah 2814, for entering the super chat fraternity, which helps keep me alive. Thank you very much. Retaliation had its problems, you might say, but I did think it was better. It was better than Rise of Cobra. In fact, there are a few things that I enjoyed. It felt more like G.I. Joe, with a Cobra Commander that looked like Cobra Commander. And I thought The Rock did a good job as Roadblock. Okay, so here is... I'm just going to pull this out. We only have like 10 minutes left. I can't go over because the What's on Joe Mind, they've got their things, and I don't want to keep anybody from jumping over there and watching their show. What's on Joe Mind? The link is in the description. So this has the Cobra double helix DNA symbol. That's clever. I like that. And then I've not looked at this. I just now cut the tape. It has, like Dr. Mindbender, it has a swing open thingamajig, and there is the figure, if I can get that. There's the figure. I guess the air chariot is behind this space, and then we've got some stuff. We've got some pieces and some accessories, it looks like. So yeah, I don't think I'll have time to really like take this out and look at it, but I want to see. I might be able to pull Serpentor out himself. Just pull the figure out and take a look at it in the next 9 minutes. Hold on. One second. There we go. Okay, so here is Serpentor, the figure. I wanted to at least take a look at this. So here he is. Oh, that is interesting. So how does the head move? Okay. So you can. I can see. Hold on. So there's Serpentor. And I think he might have been kissing Lieutenant Falcon because he's got Lieutenant Falcon's lipstick smeared on his lips. That's none of my business. Behind the scenes, I know they were enemies in the movie, but behind the scenes, they may have liked each other much more than that. You never know. I mean, it's Don Johnson, heck of a handsome man. But anyway, yeah, there's Serpy. It looks like over here it's got like an alternate helmet and where is it? An alternate helmet and snake thing, and I believe you can pop this off and put the other one on, because this will not let you move his head. That's interesting. So this is another one I want to look more closely at, but I just don't have time to do it right now. But I just got it, so I wanted to actually take a look at it outside the box. Good details. Enhances some of the details of the vintage figure, which you can do at this scale. At the vintage figure had excellent details for the scale, but there's only so much you can do at that scale. At the larger scale, no pun intended, but the scales can be more scaly at this scale. So yeah, there's Serpy. Yeah, I will take a closer look at that a bit later. I'll attempt to put this back in the box. I may do that after the show because I don't want to have just a bunch. Oh no, it was easy. It was easy to put him back. It was easy. So let's seal him back in his sarcophagus. Don't worry, Serpentor, he dies somewhat frequently, but he comes back. Death is in fact quite temporary for our august leader Serpentor. I got that backwards, didn't I? So there we go. That's it. Yeah, so if it goes on correctly, then this matches up the picture on the box. So there's Serpentor. Now, I was going to open Gung Ho here, but clearly we don't have enough time. So I would like to apologize for Gung Ho. We ran out of time. We'll have you back on next week's show. We'll open the Gung Ho, the classified retro Gung Ho that I got from Walmart, and we'll take a look at that, and we will compare and contrast with the first classified Gung Ho and see the similarities and differences. But my apologies. Sorry, Gung Ho. We're just out of time. We'll be happy to have you back. We've got some wonderful parting gifts for you. We've got the board game for the show, and some coffee mugs and such. So anyway, so thanks everybody for being here. We still have a few minutes. We got about 5 minutes, but I wanted to maybe just have a few minutes to just chat and just say hi to everybody. I really appreciate everybody being here. We have consistently had over 90 and sometimes over 100 people in the live stream tonight, and that was very nice. I really appreciate it. I will take a closer look at the Haslab Sky Striker. I want to get it in front of the HD camera and really, do it justice, but I'll have to work on that. That's going to be a chore. That's going to take a while. There's just so freaking much to look at. 'Cause, I didn't even touch on all of this stuff. I got the blast effects. we haven't even looked at the blast effects. And of course, I put the black fins on it, very stylish black fins. But of course, it comes with the white fins, so there's a lot, and all the figures too. There's a lot. Durudi says, hello, HCC, how are you doing? I'm doing fine. I'm doing okay. I am reaching the end of the show. We got about 4 minutes, but thanks for asking. I've been trying to get lots of stuff done, and I did a lot today. As I mentioned, I didn't say hi to Big Gay Dave. Hello, Big Gay Dave. Hi. Sorry I missed you earlier. Hello, Eric. Thank you for the super chat, the Killer Weezer. The new gag, running out of time for Gung Ho in the live stream, like shooting Mindbender in the reviews. See, that may be it. I'll try to fit them on. I'll try to get them on. I just don't want to go over. I don't want to go over because that will cut into What's on Joe Mind's time, and I want people to be able to go and see their show. I like their show. I think you will like their show. It's a good show. And they have the After Action Report people on this evening to talk about another project that they have going. And I like the After Action Report, and I like the folks that do it. So, yes. Heard Skystriker's blast effects were backwards. That's interesting. I haven't tried them yet, but thank you for bringing that up. I will try to I'll test them out. But like I said, I just assembled this thing last night. Just got the thing together. And so there's a lot to look at. So it may take a little bit of time for me to actually get the thing reviewed, but I'm going to work on it. I have it now. I'm ready, and I can do it. Computron says you always have good energy and positive vibes. That I get the energy from you guys. I get the energy from the people out there, you folks out there. You make me happier. I feel more up. When I'm chatting with you, I just feel better. I always feel better when I'm talking to you guys. There is inevitably a bit of a crash after the show because I get tired, I expend a lot of energy, and I have a lot of fun doing it. But then you gotta understand, I'm quite old now. Look at all these gray hairs. Look at this. Look at all those gray hairs in that beard. So I mean, I could drop dead at any second. I could drop dead at any time. Hey, wouldn't it be great if I did that live? That would get a lot of views. That would be, hey, if I drop dead on camera at some point, I think that's worth a super chat. Super chat if I drop dead on camera. No, I'm not dead. That was just showing you what it might look like. But if I do die on camera, I think that's at least worth a super chat, quite frankly. But at any rate, thank you everyone. Thank you Raven, Josiah, Joe Fan, Killer Reezer, Computron, Adam, IC, Yo Joe, Matt. Thank you everybody for being here. It is 8 o'clock my time. It is time to sign off. Everybody, if you can, scoot on over to What's on Joe Mind, and we'll see you there. Thanks everyone. See you next week, and good night. Bye, everyone.